in the past few videos. We're just gonna recap. So basically we have learned a few rules, and that is summarized in the description of this video. So basically, to make any affirmative uh, statement negative, we need to place the word no before the verb, right? So identify the verb and then place a no before that. So ella no habla inglés. So habla is the verb, right? It's performs an action, speak. So the thing is, so if we add a no, if we add a no before the verb, it's going to negate it, right? Like ella habla inglés, she speaks English. Ella no habla inglés, she doesn't speak English. Él no es profesor, he is not a professor. Él es profesor, he is a professor, right? And we've seen how to negate. We also seen how to negate a question. How to respond to a question in a negative way, right? And in that case, more often than not, we use at least two negative words, right? So the first negative word is just answering a question, no, and then you follow it up with some context. So, ¿habla usted español? No. And no hablo español. So that's the second thing. The third thing is not a rule, but we are seeing the opposites, right? Antonyms like algo, opposite of algo could be nada, algo en, nadie, algo ningun, and we go through this in more detail later on in this section, right? And then we have the negative words can be used alone or on their own. Like nadie habla, nobody speaks. Él nunca come, he never eats. And the negative words can also be used with the word no following the verb. So, for instance, we have seen that. So with the word, if you look at it again, it says negative words can be used with the word no before. Following the verb, right? So no habla nadie. So we are using we're using a negative word after the verb, right? Because by this point we're only talking about using a negative word before the verb, but here talking about using it after, right? The negative words can be used with the word no following the verb. So no habla nadie, él no come nunca, Alfredo no baila tampoco. Sometimes three can be used, and you can have four, and we've seen all of them, right? No, nunca, nadie, nada, tampoco. And in English we can mix negative and affirmative words in the same sentence, but we cannot do that in Spanish. So for instance, Maria doesn't need anything. Doesn't is negative, anything is positive, but you cannot do that in Spanish. In Spanish it has to be both negative. So Maria no necesita nada, right? And then you're seeing Alguno and Ninguno drop the O before a masculine singular noun. So tienes algún libro? No. No tengo ningún libro, right? And do you have some books? No. No tengo. And libro, and we're using it with the masculine, because since libro is masculine and singular, we're using we're using Alguno. We're dropping the O, in fact. And in the negative, we're dropping O and using Ningun. And with Ninguno for masculine and Ninguna for feminine is generally used in the singular. Uh, so tienes algunas revistas? No tengo ninguna. And tienes algunos libros? No tengo ninguno. So they're normally like this. They're normally used in the singular form, right? That's what I mean. That they're normally used in the singular form. Ninguno and ninguna are normally used in the singular form, and the plural form is only used in some cases. And what I say is the plural form, which is ningunas and ningunos, is used only when a noun it modifies exists only in plural, or is normally used in the plural form. So it means that noun doesn't exist, or doesn't necessarily have a singular form. So for instance, vacaciones or vacaciones in Spain is, you don't have I don't think you have a singular form for that. So you can, so in those cases we need to use the plural form of ninguno. So for masculine we ningunos, for feminine we ningunas. But since vacaciones is feminine, we're going to use the feminine form, which is ningunas, right? So ningunas vacaciones a las Alaska son completas en una excursión a Mount McKinley. And in this example, ningunas is used because vacaciones is normally used in the plural form. So we completed one review this video. We might do another one in the next video.